Hey, so QuickBooks rolled out a couple of new changes where they're increasing the price on some of their higher tier packages, and they've also rolled out a couple of packages for really for starter business owners, people that's trying to get their books done, and they actually came up with a free option, which a lot of business owners might be interested in learning more about, gravitating towards. It's another opportunity to get them off spreadsheets. So I think it's a pretty good idea that they did this. And I just wanted to test it out to see. So, hey everybody, I'm Cameron Jones. I own a bookkeeping business named Check Bookkeeping, based in New York City, but I support clients throughout the US with their bookkeeping needs. And I like to learn everything about QuickBooks because the more I know, the more I'm able to help and provide good value and expertise and advisory to my clients. So I wanted to test out this new platform and I wanted to present it to you. So I literally just downloaded it and got it going and just wanted to play around with it. So I wanted to record a video to talk about those new changes. So QuickBooks rolled out two new subscriptions for business owners, QuickBooks Free and QuickBooks Lite. So I'm going to talk about QuickBooks Free today since that's like the most attractive one since pay $0 for it. And I just wanted to just talk about the interface, test out the interface, see what it's like. And, this may be something that you can reference back to in the event that you're trying to get your books done. So QuickBooks Free is a QuickBooks Online subscription, and the way they're marketing it is it's only one user allowed. So this is a version that doesn't allow accountant access. So this is only going to be one person. So it's got to be either the business owner or maybe potentially a bookkeeper or accountant will be able to do the books for a client, but that client will not have access to it. So it's only one person allowed. They don't allow any accounting firms. And they're marketing it where it says you're able to separate business and personal. That's one of the items there. It also says that you're able to generate two invoices per month. So if you have a business, like maybe a coaching business, service-based business, and you don't provide invoices frequently in the month, and you'd be able to provide two invoices, looks like free of charge. And it says that you're able to connect one bank account. So bank accounts and credit cards are usually interchangeable terms when it comes to connecting to an accounting system because it pulls the ledger and transactions. But I'm on it now and I was able to actually connect two accounts. So you actually aren't able to customize any of your chart of accounts. But first, before you even go there, so in order for you to actually get QuickBooks Free, it's available to anybody, but it's kind of hard to find. So if you were to go to QuickBooks.com and you were to search up how to, the different payment plans and services, these options are not going to come up. You're not going to be able to find QuickBooks Free or QuickBooks Lite. You actually have to I had to Google it. So I had to Google QuickBooks Free and it came up to this website and it talks about, the service. So in order to get started, you would click on the Start Now. It's free. I didn't have to enter in any credit card information. You do have to have a Intuit account. So if you have a QuickBooks Online subscription for another entity already, you're able to use the same email, and it gets attached to that login profile. But it's going to be its own separate subscription, its own separate profile. So yeah, it's pretty good. This might be a great option in the event that you have a very simple business. It can be one that has very little activity, but in the event that you want to still get a separate set of books. So we're gonna go through it together to see what's included within it. So it goes through all the steps when you create a new subscription. It asks you for your actually for the business name, asks you for how much you're currently making in revenue, asks you what type of industry you're in, what type of entity. So if it's like a corporation, sole prop, and then it takes you to the interface. So it takes you to right to the front on the main page of QuickBooks. So, I just wanted to go over some of the things that I saw that were missing that, may be interesting to use. So it does allow QuickBooks payments. So you are able to set up it says that you're able to do two invoices in a month. So you're able to set up QuickBooks payments and activate it. It does also have a bill option. So you're able to like do bills on here. So seem to be able to track accounts payable and accounts receivable via accrual accounting, which is interesting. Um, so a lot of things that are missing on here, there's no like regular menu. And I noticed that you kind of have to like go here to go to bank transactions, and that's going to be where you're going to be linking your accounts. But anything that has these like diamonds, these diamond items, so you might not be able to see, but yeah, anything that has a diamond is an option that's not available on the subscription. And if you click on it, it's going to ask you to upgrade to the lowest subscription that allows these items. So there's that. So you can't do any chart of accounts. So I've tried finding chart of account, and it doesn't come up. So this is not going to take you there. So you would have an option here for chart of account, and that's not a thing here. And I've also went to accounting to see if it's there, and it's not. Even rules. So you can't even set up rules on this without upgrading to, I believe, the Lite version, which is like a $10 starting. So that's a huge miss. So it seems to come pre-packaged with its own chart of accounts. So you can't customize anything. It's whatever they provide to you. So I am curious to see what they did provide. So here you can see standard reports, custom reports. You can't do any custom reports. Standard reports only gives you 3 options. So the account list, this is just like the chart of accounts. So this will tell us what the accounts are. So we can look at that together. So yeah, it only has one bank account. So yeah, this has it has balances, but this is something I was just playing around with. But it has a bank account, which they call cash on hand. You can't edit it, or at least I haven't been able to find a way to edit it. And it has all of these other accounts. So it's got 3 uncategorized assets for whatever reason, which I'm sure can cause some confusion. Yeah, it's got some interesting chart of accounts. Definitely not ones that I would use for my clients and my business. But this seems to give you some type of a baseline. So this is, I guess, this is good where it actually puts, you're able to categorize an item as a personal expense, and it goes directly to owner's equity. So I mean, I set this up as a sole proprietorship on the books. So if I had chose corporation, it probably would have been a lot different. I'm curious to see what that's like, but maybe that would be good for another video. I do see this. So there's 3 different uncategorized incomes, and you can't even edit them to get rid of them, which is very strange. But it comes with a lot of chart of accounts. I'm more of a fan of less, the less the better, and add as needed, only when needed. But this doesn't really give you that option. But this is still probably something good for a new business owner. They're just getting started, and you don't want to use spreadsheets because spreadsheets don't have that checks and balances. And you're able to just pretty much generate a profit and loss and balance sheet, which is going to be exactly what your tax preparer is going to need in order to file taxes. So it does give you those 2 options. So, but yeah, again, there's no way to update and change any of these account names. So one of the big things is going to be about how do you categorize your transactions, right? So that's going to be where you go to bank transactions. So I went to bank transactions. I didn't actually connect any of my accounts. I just wanted to just test it out, and so I used some fake chart of accounts and some fake transactions. So I went ahead and got rid of them and excluded them. And I'll just show you, what it's like to, put in some transactions. So for a bank, you can't edit the name. It has to be cash on hand. You're not able to edit that. Let's try edit account details. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Yeah, because this is not a connected account. Yeah. But it doesn't let you really do anything. Can't really change anything there. But the way I was doing it, like I would just upload a file. So, I mean, I could just drop in my fake transactions. So I have a couple of fake transaction, like Excels that, just allowed me to do demos like this. So for this one, we're going to do the bank account, right? So we're going to put this here. And yeah, it takes you here and it asks you which account do you want to put these transactions to. It's only gonna let you do balance sheet accounts. I've tried doing add new, it doesn't do anything. And this is the only bank one. So I'll put it to cash on hand bank. I'm gonna leave all that good. And so positive numbers are gonna be generally for income. So a lot of these are going to do the reverse. So lows, flooring supplies would be negative, right? So we'll add these in and see how this comes up. But it is pretty interesting that it's marketed as only allowing one bank account, but it allows you to have a bank account and a credit card. So I didn't edit any of this stuff. So here is the items for the bank account, right? So it allows you to add in a vendor or customer. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing as regular QuickBooks Online. You can't add an account, doesn't do anything, can't take you anywhere. But these chart of account names, I'm not a fan of them. But I mean, I guess it's something that you can get. So there's that. And so, I mean, we can test it just to make sure that we are able to get two accounts, even though it only says one. So I'll enter in these transactions into the credit card. We'll go with that. Yeah, we'll reverse. Enter that in. Yeah, because I am just curious to see what will this entail. Okay, so yeah, I mean, it just pulls in all the items, and it's up to you to categorize. So it does let you put in a rule, even though it says rules were not allowed. So let's try this. So we're learning on the spot here. So yeah, we're gonna send this to subscriptions. Let's see if there's subscriptions and memberships. Okay, so yeah, this is just like the fee for Gusto, just having Gusto. So we'll just put it there. Test a rule is one transaction. So it did it. That's really interesting. So that might be a way around the rules. So it did do the rule. I did put it in as an auto add, and it automatically did it. So it's pretty cool. Yeah, so we have one transaction there. We can send a transaction from the bank account just so we can see. We'll just put this to like materials and supplies. Put this to materials. Put some interest. We'll just put other interest, just for the sake of seeing things, see how things come up. So that's that. We'll do another transaction here. We'll just put this to payroll. Let's see if payroll comes up. Yeah, so payroll is doesn't seem to be an option here. I don't see payroll. So if you run payroll for your business, this will not be an option for you. You need to make sure that you keep track of your payroll wages expense. You need to make sure you keep track of your payroll liabilities, keep track of your employer portion of payroll taxes. That needs to be separately allocated on your financial statements in order for you to reconcile your payroll, and that's not even an option here. So if you have any employees, this QuickBooks Free will not be a good option for you, and you will definitely need a version that allows you to, of course, integrate your payroll system into QuickBooks so it can create the journal entries for you and automate the process. But you have to have customizable chart of accounts. So that's definitely a thing. So definitely take note of that. So let's take a look at the reports and see how that comes up. So I'm going to go to all dates since these transactions are super old. So I mean, it came up. So this is an item that I put in earlier, and it did indicate for sales. So I mean, it does give you a profit and loss balance sheet. You are able to pretty much customize it as needed, which is pretty good. Gives you a lot of different options. So I mean, you are able to get your reports for your tax preparer, because these are the reports that they're going to need. They really want to get like a trial balance, which is not available. But they are should be able to get some basic reports. So this probably will be good if you are just a solopreneur. You have one account. You don't really need that customization options, but you really need to make sure that you're still following good accounting principles, and you're not categorizing any of your loans as income, so on and so forth. That's the guardrails you're going to have, which is important to work with an expert. But this is a great entry into making sure that you're getting off spreadsheets. This is a great way of maybe trying to get help with that. So subscriptions and billing, it'll tell you that, this is the QuickBooks Online free account. You're able to upgrade to another plan as you would like. And, we're on free right now. And then the next step is going to be Lite, which allows you to, it says connect 2 accounts. It has the mobile app, and it does some manage contractors. And then from there is the standard QuickBooks subscriptions that we know about. So yeah, I hope this was helpful to you, and we learned together just to see what's entailed within QuickBooks Free. But I think this is a good step in the right direction to try to get more people to use QuickBooks, because I've noticed that a lot of it, people move away from it is because of how expensive it can be. But this could be an option to, help you out and get your bookkeeping done. I am curious to see how this would translate in the event that we would upgrade to a higher subscription plan, and then in the event that you're trying to move out and you want to delegate your bookkeeping to an accountant, and how that process will roll out. But for now, this is what we have here. So I hope this was helpful to you. If you have any other questions, feel free to let me know and reach out. If you have any other videos or anything that you'd like me to show you within QuickBooks Online, I'm happy to do that for you as well. Thanks.